I didn't know about this to begin with, so it was just like, oh, I found a poster. Oh, cool, there's an esports team and a community, a part of it? What an experience. And I just kind of like just followed suit for an entire year, and it was a lot of fun, yeah.
And well, I'm happy you found this community.
I'm very happy to.
Join us on a voyage into Calgary's world of esports. Esports is a growing billion-dollar industry where gaming is taken to a whole new level. It is competitive, it's online, or in person. Bringing gamers together, it's where gaming reaps big monetary prizes. Here is where we unravel the city's vibrant esports scene, reshape any false perceptions, and learn to celebrate the positive impact of the gaming community. 3, 2, 1. Let's make it a total eclipse.
Hey everyone! Esports has come to our colleges big time, and we've got the scoop in the next 2 episodes. I'm Jordan Lee, gamer, esports enthusiast, and your host for Total Eclipse. Today we're chatting with Calgary Esports United, a club found at the University of Calgary. Here we will find out all about how they started, the student opportunities, and their gaming room. In our next and final episode, we will see what's going on at Bow Valley College. If you are a student who takes gaming seriously, let's press the start button and hop right in.
I'm Ryan. I'm the co-president of Calgary Esports United, and I'm also the director of our collegiate esports program.
Can you please tell me, when did CESU become an established club?
Well, it started out as a League of Legends club, I'd say in the late 2010s. It was sort of run as any other student club, and then sort of around when COVID hit, the leadership was starting to change, and at some point in 2022, all the old owners left and all the club executives left, and what was left was myself and 2 of the other remaining executives, and we were actually the youngest ones of the bunch there. So the next year they gave ownership to us, and then from there we all came together and just said, why don't we just encompass all of esports instead of just one game? So we decided we should rebrand as an esports club to encompass everything. So that's how Calgary Esports United started.
Can you share a little bit about the many roles that there might be in collegiate esports?
Yeah, definitely. So obviously you have being a player. I think that's the most notable. But there's actually more than meets the eye in terms of what sort of is needed in the scene for collegiate. So managers of teams, you don't have to be a very high-ranking player. You don't have to, have that same level of competitiveness, but managerial skills, organizational skills are needed. Organizing practices, communicating with other teammates, getting interpersonal relationship skills as well with that. In terms of managers, there's also coaching roles, there's analyst roles, obviously being a substitute as well, less commitment. For analysts and coaching staff, you sort of are in that position where you teach fundamentals or you review with your players on what to improve, what's happening and sort of where certain places they can work on. Even as well, branching out even further is the marketing side of things as well for collegiate. Broadcasting is available for people that are interested in sort of getting their own little experience in casting sports or collegiate and being involved with streaming and broadcasting, as well as making graphics, graphic design, posters, tryout forms. All of those are associated with collegiate. If somebody has a certain vision, once again, or if they have something in mind, you can find some place to utilize it.
Hi everyone, I'm the co-president for Calgary Esports United, which is a gaming and esports club here at the University of Calgary. So we typically have 3 main departments, collegiate, community engagement, and marketing. Each of those departments will have a director. So for collegiate, that director is Ryan. I'm the interim director of community engagement, and we have Noor, who's our marketing director. Each department will also have multiple sub-departments which have leads. So for example, community engagement has 2 sub-departments, casual and competitive events. They both have leads for casual events and competitive events. Marketing has subdivisions for graphics and content creation, which both have leads. And typically those leads are responsible for communicating to other departments sort of what's going on with their department, just so everybody in the leadership structure has a general idea of what's going on in the club. And then the directors and presidents are sort of responsible for deciding the overarching direction of the club. And typically with more external stuff, that's something that the presidents and directors handle. So on my end, I'm more responsible for external partnerships and sponsorships and things with like expansion that the club is doing. Mm-hmm. And Ryan is more focused on collegiate, while one of our directors is focused on more internal stuff. So we all just have that sort of division of responsibilities.
In terms of the community side of things, obviously this is open community. You don't have to be a UOC student to be part of this community. Whether you like games, you want someone to talk to, you want someone to hang out with, you want something to do at the university, you want something to do online, we provide all of that in our community, the people in it. Opportunity as well for volunteering, playing in tournaments that are sometimes not too available, but we do offer them, as well as for students wanting experience in a more competitive setting. That's what collegiate is more or less for. Getting, I guess, dipping your toes into the avenues of esports. This is like probably one of the best ways you can do that. Getting management experience, work experience from doing many different sides of being part of a club and being part of a program like this. Marketing, actual competition, and building the community are all things that students and other members of Calgary can just be a part of.
I joined as a collegiate player, and when I joined, the content department was kind of, I guess, lacking in a bit. Like there weren't that many editors. It was kind of disorganized. So I joined the content department, and something that we do is we do like a roster reveal video for each of our collegiate teams. So that year I did the roster reveal video for League of Legends, which was the team I was on. So I did my own roster reveal video. And that's when I joined the content team. And then as time went on, I realized I enjoyed the like executive side of things more than the player side of things. So the next year I just focused on being executive. And yeah, eventually I made my way up to content lead, where I sort of restructured the way the content department worked so that everybody had a chance to contribute, everybody had a chance to show their work off, and everybody had a chance to have their work posted on our social media. And then from there, we sort of restructured the marketing department and like, I guess the club as a whole to sort of make it function similar to that so that everyone could have their sort of voice heard and their work shared. Before the rebranding to CeSU, this was a League of Legends club. So that's sort of where it started. So that was the natural start to sort of have League of Legends in this too. And since it's a Riot Games game, so Valorant was an obvious second choice. And then from there, it's sort of just been on what interest is there in our community. For example, our entire Overwatch community and subdivision was just run by a handful of people because they had a passion in it. So they were brought onto the executive team, and like, I don't know much about Overwatch, so it was just sort of like, okay, you guys seem to know what you're doing, so you can handle that. And that's sort of what it's been with all the new games that are being added. So on a collegiate level, we also have Apex Legends, Rocket League, Rainbow Six Siege. I really hope I'm not forgetting one here, but I think that's it.
Accompanying that, we actually have 1 to 2 teams per game. So roughly, I'd say we have about 5, 6 teams, even 7. So we have a decent amount of personnel. When you're a student-ran club, and specifically ours being a good example, as we also aren't really for profit. We spend most of our fees and whatnot, or funding that we can get on our events back and forth. I mean, our membership is free at the moment. So one of the, I guess, challenges is, trying to find funding, trying to find more avenues to host certain events or host better ones for students as well. And I guess other challenges specifically are, I guess for collegiate, is sort of working around being a student, being part of a team as well in a competitive setting. There's levels of commitment to that as well. Once you're playing against the highest level of varsity competition in esports, and balancing that with being a student as well can be difficult, especially in our stage when we don't have any scholarships or we're not officially a recognized club, sort of like in traditional sports, like in hockey or basketball. So those avenues are a little difficult to navigate in terms of being a club as well. And as well, like the overarching theme as well as the sustainability. The theme of student clubs, more or less, is a leadership joins and then they quit, and then the future of that club is very dependent on who comes next. And usually if the club is started by a group of friends, or it's started by certain people who are at the very ends of their years of university, it may be hard to sustain the goal and the objectives, and to keep that same passion that was started when you initially have all these goals when you start the club. And that's something as well that you have to consider as well. You have to think of succession. You have to think of who is there to lead when you are gone, because, you know, as much as we love this, and as much as I'm sure other people as well too, you know, we're not going to be around forever, unfortunately. But yeah, those are sort of the challenges you have to face as a student club and a student-run club.
You spoke about the video games and the many different titles you have here. What are the events that you have, and how can people participate in them?
So sometimes usually we have like a kickoff event at the beginning of the year, usually after our university's clubs week. The kickoff event is sort of just like, we use all the advertising and like outreach we get from clubs week to run an event. Usually we have like an in-person game night in the Eng atrium just across from us, across from the room. So usually we'll have like a game night there. There'll be some like trivia games, there'll be some like drawing games, just like board games, just some like, I don't know, fun way to meet other people in the club. We also have more competitive events such as tournaments, and we try to use this room as much as possible, but we do have to go through the university to get it, which does create some complications sometimes. But it's been smooth sailing for the most part, so hopefully that continues to happen. But yeah, if we try as much as we can to run events in this room. And the other main event that we run is drop-ins. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., students can just come, sign in, and play some games in between their classes, maybe at the end of their day. And yeah, it usually is one of our more popular things.
Right around the time when we rebranded, we learned about this room here. It was donated by, I believe, a prof here, as we're in the School of Engineering. And it's now designated newly as the esports room.
Hi there, I'm Tyson from Calgary Esports United. I am a member of the exec team, kind of engaged in, well, community engagement, leaning more towards the casual event side, although I have helped run some of the competitive events before as well in the club. A lot of it is kind of just planning, really. Like, it sounds like it's a lot of responsibility, but a lot of it's just because of how flexible you can be within the club, you know? I had wanted to run some fighting game events, and kind of a more competitive sense, and the casual events lead said, you should talk to the competitive events lead, and he can help you out. So I'm kind of dabbling with them, and the flexibility they're giving me with this is, honestly, it doesn't feel like a lot of work, because it's something I'm genuinely passionate about running.
You love
exactly,
it. Yes,
you get it.
I get you.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Mack, and I am a collegiate player for CESU. So I joined last year when I was a part of the Collegiate Rocket League team, and like it's been really fun in the community. Like it was a struggle to find this community because I didn't know about this to begin with. So it was just like, oh, I found a poster. Oh, cool. There's an esports team and a community, a part of it. What an experience. And I just kind of like just followed suit for an entire year, and it was a lot of fun, yeah.
And well, I'm happy you found this community.
I'm very happy to.
My name is Eliane, and I am one of the content coders for CESU.
How did you like get into your role that you are now? Like, when did you join the club, and get to this point?
Yeah, so I actually joined early last year, but I've been interested in the club since my second year. I have been playing video games, and I really got into
Gamer
it.
girl.
Yeah, and I really got into it during COVID and everything because it's just a great way to hang out with my friends without hanging out with my friends. And I kind of saw that they were hiring for execs and stuff like that during one of the times I was a drop-in. Decided to apply, and I got one of the social media editors position. And then after a couple months of editing videos, I got promoted to co-lead.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on that. What motivated you to join?
Just walking on campus, like when I first came to UC last year, like I was the first year, so I didn't know too much about it. So it was just like, I'll just walk around, just find some stuff, and I just ended up coming across a poster. Hey, you like gaming? Come here. So
You're like, that's me?
Yeah, that's just me. Why not? So, very nice.
When you found it from that poster, how was the joining process?
Very easy, actually. Just the QR code, you scan it, get into the Discord, and you're basically in. Then you just fill out whatever you need, like whatever games you play. For me, it was like Rocket League and Valorant. Don't play Valorant that much, but yeah, I still talk in there sometimes. Not much, but yeah. And it's just like a really nice experience. Super easy, super nice.
You mentioned like the fun events. What events have you been part of planning? And
So I think one of the biggest events that we kind of ran, or that I was part of running, was, I believe, just this last winter semester, we had a sort of, how would you describe it? Sort of this like kind of game medley night, where people would be teaming up with, for most of them, complete strangers, people they'd never met before, and they'd work together in a series of games. There was like Jeopardy was one of them. We did Pictionary. We did Jeopardy, Pictionary, Family Feud, like a lot of the game show kinds of things, and it was so like rejuvenating and vitalizing to see people like getting really excited out of the chairs cheering for each other, like, yeah, go. It was so just like, this is it. And I'll be honest, we've tried to capture it again. Sometimes we've hit it, sometimes we've missed. It comes with any kind of planning though. And the crowd especially, like, sometimes different people show up, and judging the crowd is kind of important as well.
yeah, that event sounded like it was lovely and forcing people out of their comfort zone. Because like I'm an ambivert, so sometimes I'm shy, sometimes I'm ready to
I understand
interact.
that. Like I kind of identify with the ambivert as well.
Yes. So then it pushed people to interact more and widen their friend circle and get to know each other better. And I love that. That sounds so fun.
It's so easy in these events for people to just stay with their friends and be like, oh, me and John, we're gonna just do our thing for like 3 hours and then leave. But that's not really how you go out and meet a community by hanging out with just your friend. You gotta actually meet the community. You gotta talk to the people, learn who's actually behind the screen.
Yeah, all the other club members, other people who are passionate about gaming like you. Yeah.
Sharing passion with people is so like rewarding at the end of the day, where it's just like, I can talk about the things I care about most, and these people get it. They listen to me and they understand. Just helping people do that is so, I sound like a broken record when I say, but it's just like, I enjoy it so much. Like, it's very rewarding to see people build these connections.
If it's enjoyable, and you have to express that.
Like, I don't have a source on me to find new words for it's rewarding. It's just rewarding.
Can you tell me your most memorable experience at CeSU?
My most memorable experience is probably us winning our first trophy as the Rocket League team. So as the Rocket League team, we have like a main team and a couple subs. And as the main team, they were planning on doing something called Battle of Alberta. And then it was like, okay, someone texted me last minute, I can't make it, can you play? So as a substitute, I had to play. And we won. So it was a very, very good experience. Insane.
It was important to have you on that team.
Very.
So I'm one of the leads for the content and creation team. We're responsible for making all the fun little videos and reels that you see on our Instagram and TikTok. We cover some of the clips that we get from, people just coming into the gaming room for drop-ins, and we do like cute little interviews. And then as well, we also kind of make videos and edit our collegiate players and what they kind of do at our games to, you know, entice people to come and watch and see it live. Sometimes for the drop-ins, we'll just get someone, you know, who's already raging at League of Legends, and we'll, you know, interview them, ask them what their favorite kind of champion is, and that kind of stuff. And then for the collegiate clips, obviously it's you know, a screen recording of their plays from the game. So that takes a little bit more editing and technical skills to, you know, edit it in a seamless manner and to make it look cool and fancy.
So as a collegiate player, you need to like play games and always be practiced and ready for like your next competition, because you always need to be on your top game, because if you lose, then it's not very good, because you want to make a name for yourself in the community. So it's very hard when you're not like practicing or anything, and you just got to keep it up. You have a team to support you, so you might as well help them.
How is it being a woman in, you know, this esports club and gaming?
Well, as you said, being a girl who games is kind of rare, and the majority population in games are not really. Sometimes are not very accepting towards the girl population in games. But at this club specifically, everyone is so nice and so opening. Even like one of my closest friends, I met her through gaming. And I think this club specifically is such a good intro, as well as such a good environment for experienced players, even the collegiate players, because everyone's just so welcoming and accepting, and you know, we'll have drop-ins and stuff like that, and people will just, you know, ask to play with you, no matter if you're a girl gamer or like a collegiate player. It doesn't matter at all. And it is rough, you know, when I'm, you know, solo queuing and playing by myself. Sometimes, you know, I get not the best kind of treatments, and my score also won't be the best, but you know, kind of trying to find, I feel like, your people within the space and your community is all that you need, and CESW is really, really good at kind of facilitating that space.
Oh, that's amazing. I love how they welcomed you with open arms, and like other women too.
Yeah.
That's sometimes unfortunately rare, but like I appreciate that they do that. For future students joining, you know, coming into U of C and wanting to join this club, what advice do you have for aspiring gamers like them?
Just join and find out. You'll find something that you like to do. If you like to do videos, if you like to just be a part of a community, just join and find out what you want to do. If you don't want to be a part, you can leave. It's all whatever, but we don't recommend it. We're gamers here. Come on.
Yes. For future first years and people interested in joining an esports club, how can CeSU, you know, make it easier to be found?
Just do more. Like, I know they're doing a lot right now, but like with clubs week and stuff, like trying to find new clubs as like a first year, but like more posters around campus. I know people are already going to be walking around campus because they're like first year, they want to find new things, but just expressed a little bit more. A lot of like athletics get a lot of promotion, but esports doesn't get too much because people don't think it's like a good investment, but you know, maybe give esports a chance.
Having esports on campus, how has that benefited you with this club being here?
It's benefited me a lot. Again, as I mentioned before, it is such an open space, and I've made a lot of friends here. Even my fellow execs have been absolutely lovely. And I think having it on university campus, I feel like, especially with COVID happening, that happened. It was a really big hit to a lot of people's, you know, social skills, social interactions, and you know, me. That got really into video games during COVID. I came back to in-person school and I was like, I don't know how to talk to people. So, you know, kind of having this gaming room in which, you know, it's a very social space and I can still play the video games that I love and still make friends is like an amazing avenue for me. And, you know, sometimes after class, I'll come and play a couple games with some people. And even after we finish gaming or the drop-in room closes, we then go and study. We then go get a bite to eat at Mac Hall, you know? So in every way, social, you know, just to blow off steam, it's a really good, I think, facility here at the campus.
For other students like looking to pursue esports, like what would you like to say to them?
I would say give it a shot. I mean, if your school or if it's specifically us, you just see what there's available to you, and if it fits, what you're willing to take on for yourself. Obviously, I'm not saying drop your university degree
Please don't do that.
sacrifice your time, but if it's something you'd like to get involved with, you can always reach out to whoever's involved in collegiate esports, regular esports. Like I said previously, the scene is very open to those that want to get involved, and as well as the student club aspect of it too, the community side. If we see somebody, or if someone comes to us with a passion for something, a specific game, a specific event, or a specific idea, we're open to hearing them out, because in the end, this club and all its motivations or all its motivators, it is purely based on interest and purely ran by passion, especially when you're a nonprofit as well, especially in this situation as well with other collegiate esports programs. It's completely run by passion and interest. So if you're able to utilize that to your fullest extent by embracing what other students have in mind or what ideas they can bring to you, it can lead to the club lasting as long as it has.
You should honestly come out and try something. We have a lot of games, and if we don't have, we have a lot of games that we kind of have, I put this in quotes, more officially endorsed, but it's a server full of people who play video games. If there isn't an official channel for it, you can just ask, hey, does anyone want to play this game? And people will likely respond saying, oh yeah, I have a copy of that, sure, I'd be down to play. And honestly, that's how some of our more kind of official games started, was people going on the server and saying, hey, anyone want to play this game? 5 or 6 people show up, they keep doing it for a lot of weeks, and then suddenly they get a message from an exec saying, hey, do you want to start like a collegiate team or something? Hi, from time to time. Come out to the events, meet the people. You can join the server just to play games, but you could do that anyways. If you just wanted to play the game, you can do that on your own. Come out, find some people to play with. That's the big thing. The CeSU is a place to find people to play with and both get better at the game and make better connections with people who care about the same things as you at the end of the day. So I would say you should join.
And speaking to you just shows all the excitement and even makes me want to join. I wish I was a student.
You should.
I would if I could.
And hey, anyone, if you do want to join, we do actually allow in pretty much anyone. Just even if you're not a student, like just within our Discord even, people can join in. So maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
We would like to thank our guests for sharing valuable information to help us learn more about the world of esports.
Calgary Esports United, better known as CeSU, is a perfect launchpad for an esports career. They are dedicated to fostering talent. CeSU has numerous roles available. There you can master your skills before diving into the esports industry. Whether you aspire to be a player, commentator, or manager, the club offers a wealth of competing opportunities and invaluable experiences that will help you grow and thrive in the esports landscape. I am Jordan Lee. We'll see you soon.